Good evening. We're at McDonough Park tonight in Geneva, New York, as the 1-8 Newark Pilots are set to take on the 7-2 Geneva Red Wings on the road. The Pilots come into tonight's matchup losers of 8 in a row, the most recent last night in a marathon loss at home against the Jamestown Jammers that ended 4.5 hours after the scheduled start time. The Pilots held leads of 7-0 and 9-4, but their bullpen allowed 5 runs in the ninth and 5 in the 2 extra frames, and the Pilots went on to lose 14-10 in 11 innings. Of the Pilots' 8 losses, 4 have been courtesy of the starting pitching, allowing the opposition to score too many runs to get too far ahead. 2 losses have come from the bullpen blowing games in the 9th innings, and 2 are from the offense not scoring runs for their pitchers. They will turn to left-handed pitcher Jonathan Kyle Griffin from Lake Charles, Louisiana, and Louisiana Tech University tonight to try and stop their losing streak. Griffin is appearing in his 4th game for the Pilots and making his 3rd start. He's 1-1 in 11 2/3 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts, 4 walks, 13 hits. He last pitched on Sunday, walking a batter to start the 5th, then striking out the next 3 hitters in a relief appearance against Elmira. The lineup for the Pilots goes as follows: Graham Hackbarth batting first, playing short; Mark McKenna playing right, batting second; John Ballier batting third, playing left; Peter Battaglia playing first, batting fourth; Jonathan Parker, designated hitter, batting fifth; Tanner Huddleston playing third, batting sixth; Over Torres back in center, he's batting seventh; Jorge Leon back at second, he's batting eighth; and Will Aloka back behind the plate, he's batting ninth. The starter for tonight's Geneva Red Wings is Jared Casco, a right-handed pitcher from the New Jersey Institute of Technology. It's 73 degrees, sunny here in Geneva, New York. I'm Frank Lasala on the Newark Pilots radio network. It's time for some Pilots baseball. Graham Hackbarth digs in. First pitch, 7:07, swings through a fastball for strike one. So an 0-1 count to Graham Hackbarth. Hackbarth played second last night for Newark. He's at short today. He went 1 for 5 with an RBI last night. He also made an error in the field. Swings through, strike two. Third baseman playing about even with the bag for Geneva. Everyone else playing straight up in the infield and the outfield. The batter's Graham Hackbarth. It's an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So 3 pitches, 1 strikeout for the starter, Jared Casco. Casco, a right-handed pitcher for Geneva, making his 2nd start. He has no record, 8 innings pitched, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, 6 Ks, 4.50 ERA, and that will bring up Mark McKenna. McKenna appearing in his 5th game. He started the last 5 games in right field and batted second in all 5 of those contests. Last night, he went 1 for 6 with a single all the way in the 1st inning. Down the right field line, it's going to be a base hit. McKenna first pitch swinging, rounds first. He heads to second, rounds second. He's going to head to third. The relay throw to third base is not in time. It's a 1-out triple for Mark McKenna. And the Pilots have a man in scoring position with 1 out. That'll bring up number 13, John Ballier. Ballier will dig into the left-handed batter's box. He's the left fielder tonight for the Pilots. Played left and pitched last night for Newark in relief. Pitched an inning in relief, a hit, an earned run, 4 walks, and a strikeout. Pitcher in relief of Jordan Miller in the bottom of the 11th, or in the top of the 11th, an inning when Newark gave up 4 runs, and the inning they eventually lost in. Here's the first pitch to Ballier, up the middle to the shortstop. McKenna will score. The shortstop bobbles it. It'll be an error on the shortstop, and a run scored for the Pilots. So it's 1-0 here in the bottom of the 1st. So for the 2nd game in a row, the Pilots get a run on in the 1st inning. And they're going to score that, a base hit for Ballier here in Geneva. So it'll be an RBI and an infield single for the left fielder. Here's Peter Battaglia now, batting 4th. Had the big hit in the bottom of the 1st inning last night as he takes a strike. Hit a bases-clearing 3-run triple in the 6th-run bottom of the 1st. Ballier takes his lead off of first. He's being held on by Justin Barr for the Red Wings. Here's the pitch, taken low by Battaglia, ball 1. So 1-1 count now to the Pilots' first baseman, Peter Battaglia. He's appeared in all but 1 game. Only John Ballier has played in every game for the Pilots. Fouled up the third base line. It's 1-2. So Ballier on first. He drove in a single. McKenna tripled on consecutive pitches. And the Pilots lead 1-0. Here's the 1-2 righty-righty matchup. Swung on, just stays alive as he fouls it towards the net. Still 1-2. So 2 hits already here in the bottom of the first inning for Newark. They had 4 hits in the bottom of the first last night. The 1-2 is in the dirt, blocked by catcher Jake Evans for the Geneva Red Wings. And the count will be 2-2. So 2-2 count. John Ballier takes his lead off of first. There's 1 out, and then leadoff strikeout swinging by Graham Hackbarth. Here's the 2-2 to the first baseman. Into center field. TJ Bird will not get it. John Ballier rounds second, goes to third. Bird bobbles it. Ballier rounds third. He's going to come around to score. The shortstop boots it. Ballier is in to score all the way from first, and it's 2-0 Pilots. And let's see how they score that one. It will be a double for Peter Battaglia, an RBI double scoring John Ballier. So 3 straight hits after a leadoff strikeout. So back-to-back run-scoring base hits for the Pilots. They have a triple, a single, and a double this inning. Jonathan Parker, the 5-hole hitter, designated hitter, pops it up to right field. Walker makes a catch. Battaglia tagging on the play. Slides into third base safely. Ball momentarily gets away from the third baseman, Tassin, but not far enough for Battaglia to score.
Next, the third baseman, number 29, Tanner Huddleston.
So with 2 outs, Battaglia stands on third, and that'll bring up Tanner Huddleston. Huddleston, the Pilots' third baseman. He's batting 115. He's 3 for 26, and in 7 games, he's played all but 2. Here he is with 2 outs and a runner on third. Pops up a first pitch, and it's not going to be – it's shallow, gets past Walker. Huddleston will go to second. It's a 2-out RBI single, and it's 3-0 here, Pilots. So it's an RBI single for Tanner Huddleston and 3-0. And an error on the right fielder that allowed Huddleston to move up 90 feet to second base. So now Over Torres digs in with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. 3 Pilots runs here in the top of the first after scoring 6 in the bottom of the first last night. Here's the first pitch to Torres. Off speed, swung on and missed. Strike 1. So a McKenna triple, a Ballier RBI single, a Battaglia RBI double, and a Tanner Huddleston RBI single has the Pilots at a 3-0 lead. Top of the first inning, it's an 0-1 count to the number 7 hitter in the lineup, Over Torres. Takes fastball for strike 2. Torres has played center and right for the 2017 Pilots. He's batting 200. This is his 7th game, and he'll patrol center field tonight. Guillory and Colton Carney have also played center for Newark. Here's the 0-2. Taken, outside corner, but strike 3 called. Torres down looking, but not before the Newark Pilots get 4 hits. 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 error, 1 man left on base. Pilots 3, Geneva Red Wings coming to bat. Welcome back to McDonough Park. Bottom of the first inning, Pilots lead 3-0. Those 3 runs in the top half of the first inning, more runs than they scored here in Geneva last Friday, and more runs than tonight's starting pitcher Kyle Griffin got in support in all of his last start. He started Thursday morning on Kids Day in Jamestown. He went 4 2/3, 9 hits, 6 runs, 3 earns, 2 walks, 2 Ks. He has the only Pilots win of the summer, and he will look to pick up their second and stop this 8-game losing streak. He's been one of the Pilots' best pitchers so far. He toes the rubber from the left side, third base side. We'll see him throw a little over the top, but mostly from a 90-degree sidearm angle. Here's the first pitch to leadoff hitter TJ Bird. He takes a fastball for strike 1. Defense behind Griffin from left to right in the infield. Tanner Huddleston, Graham Hackbarth at short, Jorge Leon at second, Peter Battaglia at first. Here's the 1-0, or the 0-1 miss inside, 1-0. Left to right in the outfield, John Ballier, Over Torres, and Mark McKenna in right. And behind the plate, it's Will Aloka catching Griffin for the 3rd time in as many starts. Here's the 1-1 to TJ Bird, the Geneva center fielder. Slow roller, Huddleston gloves it, tosses it to Battaglia high. Battaglia comes down with the throw, and there's 1 away. So after scoring 3 in the top of the first on 4 hits, Griffin gets the first man to ground out here in the bottom of the first. Pilots here at McDonough Park for the 3rd time have lost both games. The first game, they got walked off on a walk-off walk in the bottom of the 9th. And the second, they were no hit through almost 6 innings and ended up losing 5-1. First pitch to the second hitter, Justin Etz, the shortstop, is fouled at the first base line. Foul. 0-1. Etz from the right-handed batter's box. He's a sophomore from NJIT, making his 7th start for the Red Wings. Here's the 0-1 from Griffin. Fastball outside. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the first inning. Pilots lead 3-0 here in Geneva. Trying to snap their 8-game slide. 1-1 misses outside. It's 2-1. Kyle Griffin, the freshman from Louisiana Tech, had an entertaining freshman season there. We'll tell you about it throughout the game. Here's the 1-1, or the 2-1, inside for a strike, 2-2. Griffin, the plan for Kyle Griffin at Louisiana Tech was to originally redshirt him, but due to inefficiency in the Louisiana Tech staff, they pulled his red shirt and he had to go to be a reliever. The 2-2 misses high is 3-2. So since the pitching staff struggled, he became a reliever. He pitched so well in his 8 relief appearances, he became Louisiana Tech's Friday night starter. The 3-2 grounded to Jorge Leon at second, gloves it, bobbles it, tries to throw to first, not in time, so it'll be an E4 on Jorge Leon as Justin Etz reaches base safely. So the Friday night starter in Division I, it means Friday night's the big game, usually a conference game. So it's very important to start the weekend off with a win. And Griffin, as a true freshman, was asked to do that. After starting originally after a redshirt and making 8 relief appearances, he became Louisiana Tech's Friday starter and one of their best pitchers. Here he is now with a runner on first. The runner is Justin Etz, who reached on an error. The first pitch to the number 3-hole hitter, Justin Barr, the first baseman, misses high. It's ball 1. Barr from Central Alabama Community College, batting .370, 10 for 27 in 7 games for the Red Wings. He's a righty against the lefty Griffin. Griffin looks over at Etz at first, now fires high, 2-0. Griffin has a very deceptive movement on all of his pitches and a very deceptive pickoff move to first. He's already picked off a batter here so far in the young summer. He's making his 4th appearance for the Pilots. So runner on first base, that's Justin Etz. the shortstop for Geneva. He reached base on an error by the second baseman Jorge Leon. 3-0, bottom of the first inning, 1 out. Here's the 2-0 from Griffin, fastball outside corner, strike 1. Griffin working quickly, looks in at Aloka for this 2-1 delivery. Looks at Etz at first. Etz being held on by Battaglia, throws over. Etz back in safely. So 2-1 count to Justin Barr, the first baseman. Grounded, back to Griffin. Griffin fires to Leon at second, makes the play. Return throw to first, not in time. So Griffin, fielding his own position, gets the lead runner at second base, and there's 2 away.
Up next, we'd like to give a great shout out for getting 3 home runs against Ed Ronde, the left fielder from Kenyon University, number 8.
So a fielder's choice to Justin Barr on a ground ball hit back to Griffin. Griffin then turned fire to Leon at second to get the lead runner Etz at the bag. So that'll bring up Mickey Arman. Arman from Kenyon College. He's a junior there. Pops a first pitch foul out of play. It's 0-1. Arman is second in the Perfect Game League in batting average and 4th in hits. His batting average is .424, and he has 14 hits. 3 hits were home runs. He leads with 3 home runs and 11 RBIs also. He's batting cleanup, and he's one of their most dangerous hitters. He's a righty, the 4th straight righty that Kyle Griffin faces. Griffin recently fired a changeup in for strike 2. So an 0-2 count to the cleanup hitter Mickey Arman. 2 outs, runner leads off first. Popped up, Battaglia down the first base line, out of play, makes a catch. Oh, just misses over his shoulder. Would have been a tough play for Battaglia, but Mickey Arman stays alive, gets another chance at the plate. So Justin Barr, who reached on a fielder's choice, will go back to first. It's an 0-2 count with 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning, Pilots lead 3-0 on 3 first-inning runs on 4 hits. 2 extra base hits. Here's the 0-2 from Griffin. Inside low, waist pitch, ball 1. Griffin, the lefty working from the stretch, toes the rubber from the third base side. We'll get ready to deliver the 1-2. Runner is going, change up, fouled up the first base line. Battaglia over, and he dropped it. So a tough play against the fence on the first base side for Battaglia. Foul ball. And we'll do the 1-2 again. Justin Barr was running on the play, so he will have to go back to first. And it'll be another 1-2 to Mickey Arman. So 2 pop-ups here on 1-2 counts, just out of the glove of Battaglia. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first, 3-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Pilots lead. Here's the 1-2 from Griffin. Griffin and Hackbarth and most of the Pilots infield started to walk off the field, but the home plate umpire called it a high strike, and it's 2-2. So deuce is wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 runner on, 3-0 top or bottom of the first. Runner not going. Lined in between Leon and Battaglia. It'll be a 2-out base hit. Justin Barr moves up 90 feet to second. And there are runners on first and second now. We're 2 away.
Number 19, Joseph Tassin.
So that'll bring up the third baseman, Joseph Tassin. Tassin, a sophomore from Bossier Parish Community College. He leads the league in hits and average with 16. His batting average is .500. He's up with runners on first and second and a chance to get a run on the scoreboard. Griffin looks back at Barr at second base, fires in a first pitch to Tassin, which he fouls out of play for strike one. Joseph Tassin, 16 for 32 in 8 games. He's tonight's third baseman. The 5th straight righty that Kyle Griffin will face. So first and second, 0-1 count, 2 outs. 3-0 Pilots, bottom of the first inning. The pitcher's Kyle Griffin. The hitter is Joseph Tassin. Runners on first and second take their leads. Ground ball to Huddleston. Eats it up, throws the short way to Jorge Leon at second base. Inning over. So after a 2-out single and fielder's choice, Kyle Griffin gets Joseph Tassin to ground out to third to end the inning. So 2 hits, no runs, no errors, or 1 error. 2 men left on base. We head to the top of the second inning. Pilots 3-0.
The second baseman, Jorge Leon.
So the Pilots are back here in the top of the second inning. They lead 3-0 on 4 hits in the top of the first inning. Jorge Leon squares to bunt, pulls it back, and takes a called strike one. Leon had the night off in the 11-inning marathon. He's batting from the left-handed side tonight. He's playing second base. He's the number 8 hitter in the lineup and has the second most hits on this Pilots team. Takes strike 2. So an 0-2 count now to Jorge Leon. He's batting .350, getting on base 500% of the time. The 0-2 pitch is bounced over the head of the catcher, Jake Evans, to the screen. No out. Pilots got 3 in the top of the first. Leon pops it up to center field. Bird started back, now settles under it. 1 away. 1 away here in the bottom of the second inning, and that will bring up the backstop, Will Aloka. Or Will Alaka. Alaka batting 9th tonight. Had the night off last night as Po Chuan Pan caught for the Pilots. Po went 4 for 5 with 2 doubles and 3 RBIs. Here's Aloka now, batting 167. Takes the first pitch, fastball inside for ball 1. Aloka catching Kyle Griffin for the 3rd time. He digs in to the right-handed batter's box, no batting gloves. Now steps out and asks for time. So Jared Casco, we're looking to work quick from the stretch. Here he is. Misses high on the 1-0. It's 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes to Will Aloka. Aloka, the backstop. Here is the 2-0. Lined to the shortstop. Tough hop by Etz. He fires across the diamond to first base high. It'll be out of play. So an E6 on the shortstop, Justin Etz allows Will Aloka to get down to second. And the Pilots have a man on. So a tough hop for the shortstop Etz. He made it look rather easy. Just his return throw to first base, Justin Barr, was high. It got out of play, and Aloka is on second. That'll go back to the top of the order, Graham Hackbarth. Pops up a first pitch from Casco. Bird settles under it in the gap. Will Aloka will tag from second, and with 2 away for the 2nd straight inning, the Pilots will have a runner on 3rd.
Up next, the right fielder, number 45, Mark McKenna.
So Hackbarth is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. Willaloka tagged from second to third. He's on third, 90 feet away. So a wild pitch or a pass ball could score Aloka from third. The batter is Mark McKenna now. Takes inside, ball 1. McKenna tripled on a first pitch fastball from Casco on the top of the first, then came around to score on a John Ballier infield single. Here's the 1-0 to McKenna. Swung on and missed on an outside fastball. Strike 1. So McKenna, who started the season 1 for 17, an .059 batting average, is 1 for 1 so far tonight. Looking to drive in that runner from third. Hops up the 1-1. The third baseman, Tassin, settles under it. Bobbles it, but makes the catch with his bare hand after the bobble. So after a 1-out error on the shortstop, Jared Casco gets the next 2 batters to pop up. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Pilots lead 3-0. Welcome back. Bottom of the second inning here at McDonough Park in Geneva, New York.
Number 23.
7:32 East Coast time here in West New York. Leadoff hitter will be T.D. Walker for the Red Wings. Pilots lead 3-0 on 4 first-inning hits and 3 runs. The big hits, a single by Ballier, a double by Battaglia, and a single by Tanner Huddleston. The 3 of them have the 3 RBIs. They lead 3-0 on 4 hits. They've also made an error. No runs, 1 hit, 2 errors for Geneva. First pitch fastball from Kyle Griffin, who's working in the second inning, misses for ball 1. T.D. Walker, a freshman from Jacksonville U, he's in his 7th game. He's playing right field for the Red Wings. Checks his swing, but a called strike by the home plate umpire for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to number 23. T.D. Walker. Walker, the right fielder. Here's the pitch from Griffin, lined back up the middle. It'll be a single for T.D. Walker, and the leadoff man is on here in the bottom of the second inning for the Red Wings.
So with TD on first, that brings up the designated hitter.
That'll bring up the designated hitter tonight for Geneva, Will Hampson. Hampson, 6'3", 240. Will take his swings from the right-handed batter's box against Kyle Griffin. So 6'3", 240 against 5'10", 155. We'll see who wins this matchup. T.D. Walker leads off of first base. He's being held on by Pete Battaglia. He reached on a no-out single. First pitch to Hampson takes a fastball, strike 1. Hampson from Southwest Tennessee Community College. He's 0 for 1 in 1 at-bat in 1 game for Geneva. He's from Victor, New York, so a local product for the Red Wings. Griffin, the lefty, working to the righty Hampson. Here's the pitch. Taken. Aloka holds it there for an extra second. Doesn't get the call. It's 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. T.D. Walker leads off of first. 3-0 here in the bottom of the second inning at McDonough Park. Pilots got all three of their runs in the top of the first inning. Griffin working from the stretch. Here's the 1-1. Runner not going. Fastball outside corner. Ball 2. So 2-ball, 1 strike count to Hampson. He looks down at the third base coach for the sign. He digs in at the very back of the right-handed batter's box. Walker leads off for first, being held on by Peter Battaglia. 2-1 fastball misses outside. It's 3 balls and a strike. So the second 3-ball count for Kyle Griffin on the night to Will Hampson. Hampson, the red shirt sophomore from Southwest Tennessee CC. Here's the 3-1, misses outside, and the first walk of the night for Geneva. So the first 2 runners are on here in the bottom of the second inning. Alaka will go out and talk to Griffin. That'll bring up the first lefty in the Geneva Red Wings lineup, Jake Evans. Evans, a freshman from Alabama Southern Community College. He's playing behind the plate. He's catching Jared Casca for Geneva. He's 2 for 5 in 3 games, batting .400. Runners on first and second. T.D. Walker on second, reached on a leadoff single. Will Hampson on first. He reached on a walk. Griffin, the lefty, will now face his first lefty of the night, Jake Evans. A glaring sun over the left center field fence here at McDonough Park. Right in my eyes up here in the booth behind home plate. Just off Will Aloka's left-handed shoulder. Here's the first pitch. Squares to bunt, gets it down. Griffin fields his position. Aloka yells 1, fires to Battaglia. It'll be a sacrifice bunt for Jake Evans and moves both runners up 90 feet. So 2 men now in scoring position for Jake Lyle. Lyle up now with runners on second and third. They moved up on the sacrifice bunt by Jake Evans. Lyle, the number 9 hitter in the lineup for the Red Wings, has a chance to cut this Pilots lead down. First pitch misses from Kyle Griffin. It's ball 1. Lyle has 5 RBIs for the Red Wings on the summer. He's 3 for 19 from Volunteer State Community College. 1-0, misses low. It's ball 2. So 2-0 count, 1 out here, bottom of the second inning. Runners on second and third. T.D. Walker on second, reached on a walk. Will Hampson on second, T.D. Walker reached on a single. He's on third, and Hampson reached on the walk. He's on second. Both runners take their leads. Grounded off. Lyle hits a ground ball off himself. It'll be a foul ball, and it'll be a 2-1 count for Griffin. Griffin, number 20, the lefty, has made 2 putouts or 2 assists, has fielded 2 balls cleanly on the mound. Infield playing about even depth, so they would give up a run if the ball is hit in the infield. Here's the 2-1. Grounded slow in front of the plate. Aloka looks at the runner on third, fires to Battaglia. Runners do not advance. So Jake Lyle cannot get the job done, and there's 2 away. So a slow bouncing ground ball that fell right in front of Aloka in front of the plate. An easy play for the Pilots backstop from the University of Virginia. Looked back at T.D. Walker at third, make sure he was not charging on the play, and got the out. So the runners sit in scoring position, and the lineup will flip over. It's now T.J. Bird, the center fielder. He grounded out to Huddleston in the bottom of the first inning. Runners take their leads off the second and third. 1 hit and a walk so far in the inning. The next 2 batters were retired on a sac bunt and a ground out to the catcher. Here's the first pitch, grounded up the middle. Jorge Leon settles under it, fires across to first, and gets the speedy T.J. Bird running up the line. Inning over. 1 hit, a walk, no errors, and 2 men left on base. It'll be Ballier, Battaglia, and Jonathan Parker when we get back here in the top of the third at McDonough Park. Pilots lead 3-0.
And they are, remember, at field number 13, John Ballier.
Welcome back, McDonough Park. The leadoff hitter in the top of the third inning will be John Ballier. Ballier hit an infield single and drove in a run, also came around to score in the 3-run top of the first inning. Pilots lead 3-0, looking to snap their 8-game slide. Ballier takes a first pitch fastball for strike one. Ballier's single in the first was his 11th hit on the season. He's 11 for 35. Moved his batting average back ahead of 300 as he pops the 0-1 into the outfield. The left fielder settles under it. That's Mickey Armin for Geneva, and there's one away. So John Ballier flies out to his counterpart in left field. One out. That'll bring up Peter Battaglia. Battaglia doubled and drove in a run and scored in the 3-run top of the first inning for Newark. So he has 4 first-inning RBIs in the last 2 games for the Pilots. The Pilots' first baseman from the right-handed batter's box grounds a first pitch down to the third baseman, Tassin. He throws across the diamond to Barr, 2 away. So 3 pitches and 2 outs here for Jared Casco in the inning. 4 straight Newark Pilots batters have been retired. So with 2 outs, that'll bring up Jonathan Parker. Parker flew out to the right fielder, T.D. Walker, in the first. He's 0 for 1. Has 8 hits. This is his 9th game. He's played first, he's caught, and he's been the designated hitter in the majority of his 9 appearances. Here's the first pitch, taken inside for ball 1. Jonathan Parker from Jones County Community College, or Junior College in Ellsdale, Mississippi. He'll play next year at Louisiana Tech. 4 Louisiana Tech players in the lineup for the Pilots. Ground ball to the third baseman, Tassin, fires across the diamond, inning over. So the Pilots go 1-2-3 here in the top of the third. We head to the bottom half of the inning. Pilots lead 3-0. Welcome back, bottom of the third inning. Pilots lead 3-0 here at McDonough Park in Geneva, New York. They got their 3 runs in the top of the first inning on 3 base hits from their hitters. That'll bring up Justin Etz for the second time tonight. He reached all the way back in the first on a Jorge Leon error at second. He's the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the third. Griffin just 2 hits over 2 innings. Has also allowed a walk. First pitch is bounced. Aloka will go out to talk to Griffin. Griffin had a lengthy top of the second. After a leadoff single, a walk, and then a sacrifice bunt, he stranded runners on second and third to end the bottom half of the second inning. So it's still 3-0 Pilots. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for them. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Red Wings. Bottom of the third inning, it's a 1-0 count to Justin Etz, the shortstop. Takes ball 2. Etz, the shortstop from the New Jersey Institute of Technology, the same school as their starting pitcher, Jared Casca. Here's the 2-0, misses inside. That pitch made it all the way to the net behind home plate. It's a full count, or a 3-0 count. So 3-0 count to the leadoff hitter, Justin Etz, here in the bottom of the third. Etz, the righty, against Griffin, the lefty. Griffin from the stretch on the towing the rubber on the third base side, fires in a 3-0 fastball with Justin Etz taking all the way. Strike 1. Etz 3 for 24 in 6 games for Geneva. Here's the 3-1, misses inside. It's ball 4 in the second walk for Geneva tonight.
So with Justin on first, that brings up the first baseman from Central Alabama Community College.
So 2 walks
Let's get loud
in
for number 11.
2+ innings for Griffin. And that'll bring up Justin Barr. Barr, a freshman from Central Alabama Community College. He's the first baseman tonight for the Red Wings. He has his batting gloves in his back right pocket, but none on here as he digs into the right-handed batter's box. Justin Etz leads off first. He reached on a leadoff walk. Second inning in a row where Griffin allowed the leadoff man to get on base. Aloka cannot pull the inside pitch back across the plate, and it's ball 1. Justin Barr has 5 RBIs so far. He's batting .370 for Geneva. Takes an inside pitch, strike 1. So Aloka was able to bring that pitch back across the plate for a strike. So it's a 1-1 count. Etz leads off first. He's being held down by Pete Battaglia. Griffin looks over, now fires in the 1-1. Ground ball to Hackbarth. Hackbarth over to Leon at second. Leon over to first. The throw gets past Battaglia. Aloka cuts it off. So it'll be a fielder's choice to Justin Barr. Etz retired at second. No error on the return throw by Leon because you cannot assume the double play will be turned. So it'll go down as a fielder's choice. And there's one away. So a hard-to-hit ground ball to Hackbarth at short. The return throw on the double play just out of the reach of Battaglia. Good backup by Will Aloka. Forced Barr to stay at first. He leads off first, 1 out, and that'll bring up Mickey Armin. Armin takes inside for ball 1. Armin singled in the first inning, his 15th hit. That's second place in the Perfect Game League, just behind teammate Joseph Tassin with 16. Tassin sits on deck. 1-0 fastball fired in by Griffin for strike 1. Griffin working to the cleanup hitter in the Geneva Red Wings lineup. There's a runner on first base, Justin Barr. He reached on a fielder's choice. 1-1 fastball misses low. It's ball 2. Aloka sets up behind the plate. Armin digs in the righty batter's box. And Griffin, the lefty, toes the rubber from the third base side. Bottom of the third inning, Pilots lead 3-0. 2-1 changeup outside corner for strike 2. And through Griffin's first 3 appearances, That's one pitch he told me he really likes throwing to right-handed hitters. That outside changeup on the outside corner, it really gets them to freeze. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Barr leads off of first. Here's the pitch. Lined into the glove of Leon. Leon flips to Hackbar. Hackbar throws to first. Double play, inning over. So there, Jorge Leon and Graham Hackbarth, who were unable to combine for the double play on the last batter, forced the inning-ending double play here in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, and because of the double play, nobody left on base. We head to the fourth. Pilots lead 3-0. Welcome back. Top of the fourth inning. This game is moving quickly. 7:51 here in Western New York. Jared Casco smooth sailing after the lengthy top of the first when he allowed 3 runs to Newark Pilots hitters. He's retired the last 5 batters since a 1-out error in the second. The first batter of the inning will be Tanner Huddleston. Huddleston, the third baseman tonight for Newark. He singled and drove in a run back in the 3-run top of the first. He digs in, righty-righty matchup. Evans sets up behind the plate. First pitch swinging, pops it into left. 1 pitch, 1 out for Casco here in the fourth. So after getting 4 of their first 6 batters on, 10 of the next 11 batters have been retired for the Pilots. That'll bring up over Torres. Torres patrolling center tonight. Struck out looking back in the first to end the top half of the first. Here's the first pitch. Swings through a high fastball for strike 1. So an 0-1 count now to the number 7 hitter in the Pilots lineup. Jorge Leon waits on deck. Casco from the third base side of the rubber fires the 0-1 in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Over Torres is the batter. With his strikeout in the first, his average has dipped below the Mendoza line. Here's the 1-1. Pops it up. The right fielder Walker settles under it. 2 away. So 2 flyouts here in the top of the fourth inning. And Casco has retired 8 in a row. Or correct that, 7 in a row. So that'll bring up Jorge Leon. Leon made a nice play to start the inning-ending double play in the bottom of the third. It's 3-0 in the top of the fourth. Takes a first pitch fastball in the outside corner for strike 1. Leon coming in, batting just below 350. 6 games. He's played third and second for the Pilots. He's third on the team in hits. 0-1 fastball fired in for strike 2. So Leon looked at the first 2 strikes in this at-bat, and he's behind 0-2. Leon, the left-handed hitting shortstop from Mexico City, bounced in the dirt, ended up hitting Leon on the knee. It'll be ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Casco has retired 8 in a row and 11 of 12 since 3 runs scored in the first. Top of the fourth, here's the 0-2, or the 1-2. Grounded back to Casco. Bobbles it, flips it over to first, inning over. So the second straight 1-2-3 inning for Jared Casco. No runs, no hits, no errors, no men left on base. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Pilots lead 3-0.
Leading off for your Red Wings, the lead leader in batting average, the third baseman from Southern Arkansas University, number 19, Joseph Tassin.
Welcome back here at McDonough Park, Geneva, New York. Kyle Griffin, the lefty on the mound. 2 hits, 2 walks in 3 innings. He stranded 3 runners on base, got helped with an inning-ending double play in the top of the 3rd. Here he is now in the 4th. Pilots have a 3-0 lead. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Leadoff hitter is Joseph Tassin. Tassin is the league leader in batting average and hits. Here's the 1-0 from Griffin, misses, ball 2. The leadoff hitter in each of the last 2 innings has reached for Geneva. Kyle Griffin has gotten both to strand, however. It's a 2-0 count. Griffin has yet to allow a run. Bottom of the 4th inning. And it's 3-0. So similar what he did to a leadoff walk to Justin Etz in the bottom of the 3rd. It's a 3-0 count. Etz walked on a 3-1 count. Fires in a 3-1 fastball, misses on the outside corner. Tassin throws for a second, but he took, and it's ball 4. So back-to-back leadoff walks, and the 3rd straight inning with the leadoff man on for Geneva. It's the 3rd walk for Kyle Griffin on the summer. Or 3rd walk for Griffin on the night, 7th walk of the summer. 7 walks and 14 innings pitched. Griffin looks in. The hitter will be T.D. Walker, the right fielder from Jacksonville. First pitch, inside, misses. 5 straight balls to start the inning for Kyle Griffin. Griffin had a leadoff, or Walker had a leadoff single back in the 2nd. He was then stranded at 3rd to end the inning. First strike of the inning is a fastball in the inside corner. And now it'll be a 1-1 count to T.D. Walker. 3-0, bottom of the 4th inning here in Geneva. Joseph Tassin leads off of first. He reached on a leadoff walk from Griffin. Griffin, the lefty, against T.D. Walker, the righty. Here's the pitch. Line, the runner was going, so that pulled Leone out of position. It goes into right field. It'll be a single for T.D. Walker. And Geneva has the first 2 men on here in the 2nd. Or in the 4th, I'm sorry. So a little bit of bad luck for Griffin on the mound. The runner, Joseph Tassin, was running on the play. Jorge Leone was going to cover, and the ball by Walker was hit right where Leone originally was playing defense. So runners on 1st and 2nd, it'll be Will Hampson. Battaglia will move in and play on the grass. Everyone else in the infield playing back. Runners on 1st and 2nd, nobody out. A walk and a single is how they got on. Here's the first pitch to Hampson, misses outside, ball 1. Hampson walked in his only plate appearance in the 2nd. He's the designated hitter, 6'3", 240 for Geneva. It's his 2nd game appearing for the Red Wings. Asks for time, picks up some dirt, and now steps back in. Kyle Griffin, who is working quickly, looking in with determination at the catcher, Alaka. Alaka puts his sign down. Runners lead off of 1st and 2nd. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. A 1-0 count to Hampson. Griffin looks back at 2nd. No runner's not going. And the pitch is popped up by Hampson. McKenna started back, runs in. Runner at 2nd, fakes like he's going to tag. A strong throw in by McKenna is cut off by Hackbarth. Runners stay put, and there's 1 away.
Next, the catcher from Alabama Southern Community College.
So a great play by Mark McKenna there to settle under it. The ball was not hit deep enough. McKenna has a strong arm there at right for Joseph Tassin to tag up. So the runners stay put at 1st and 2nd, and that brings up the only left-handed hitter in this Geneva lineup, Jake Evans. Evans hit a sacrifice bunt back to Griffin, back in the bottom of the 2nd. In a similar situation with runners on 1st and 2nd. With 1 out, everyone in the infield playing back. See if Evans decides to drop down another bunt. Griffin spins, and the runner on Joseph Tassin back in safely at 2nd. No throw, as no one was covering 2nd for the Pilots. Griffin from the stretch looks back at the lead runner on second, Tassin. Now fires in the first pitch to Jake Evans, causes him to flinch on a breaking ball for strike one. So Tassin, runner on second, reached on a leadoff walk. T.D. Walker on first, he reached on a single. Griffin then got Wilhelmsen to pop out to McKenna, and there's one away. So no ball, one strike count. Aloka will call time and go out to talk to Griffin. So Aloka and Griffin converse. There's runners on first and second. It's just past 8 o'clock here in Western New York, and it will be an 0-1 count with one out to Jake Evans. Aloka had started back towards home. Griffin calls him back, and now the home plate umpire will head out to the mound to break up the party. Griffin and Aloka want to make sure that Joseph Tassin on second base is not looking in and trying to steal the sign from Aloka. So we'll see if they decide to go on second sign, third sign, something that the Pilots pitchers and catchers have changed up a lot through the first 9 games. So here's the 0-1. And it's a ball one on the inside to Jake Evans. Evans, the backstop tonight from Alabama Southern Community College. It's his 4th game. He's 2 for 5, batting .400 for the Red Wings. Lefty-lefty matchup. Griffin looks in, now works from the stretch. Looks back at Tassin on second, fires into 1-1. Fouls it off the glove of Aloka. Strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to the number 8 hole hitter, Jake Evans. Aloka helps the home plate umpire clean up the plate. It'll be a 2-1, 1 out, 3-0, bottom of the 4th inning, Pilots lead. Those 3 runs came all the way back in a 3-run first inning. So runners take their leads off of first and second. 1 hit in the inning, 3 in the game for the Red Wings. Griffin looks back. And time was called by the home plate umpire. Griffin fired in a pitch that would have missed. So the count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. So it'll be a 1 ball, 2 strike count to Jake Evans. Lefty-lefty matchup. Kyle Griffin working from the stretch. Runners take their leads off of first and second. Here's the 1-2 from Kyle Griffin. Change up, grounded in the hole between first and second. It's a base hit. McKenna charging. Tassin rounds third. He will score. Battaglia cuts off the throw. T.D. Walker moves to third. It's an RBI single for Jake Evans, and Geneva is on the board. It's 3-1. So an RBI single, 1 out single for Jake Evans, and it's 3-1 here in Geneva. Still 1 away. It's the 2nd hit in the inning for the Red Wings. 2nd hit in the inning, 4th of the night. Also 3 walks from Griffin. Huddleston playing even with the bag. Battaglia holding the runner on first. Runners on the corner, and the first pitch to Jake Lyle. Fouled back at a play. Ball 1, or strike 1. Jake Lyle from the Volunteer State Community College. He's 3 for 20, 150 on the summer in 6 games. He's playing second tonight. He grounded out to Aloka back in the 2nd inning. Here's the pitch from Griffin. Fastball in for strike 2. So after a 1-out RBI single by Jake Evans, Griffin has Jake Lyle on an 0-2 count. Runners take their leads off the corner. It's 3-1, bottom of the 4th inning. 0-2, 1 out. Here's the pitch inside. Ball 1. Lyle tried to fool the umpire into thinking it hit him. It did not. The umpire did not buy it anyways. And it'll be 1-2. So Lyle digs in from the right-handed batter's box against the lefty Griffin. Griffin looks over at Evans on first. He reached on an RBI single. Lined into center field. Torres lets it bounce. It's an RBI single for Jake Lyle. Back-to-back RBI singles for the Red Wings. And it's 3-2. T.D. Walker comes around to score from third on the RBI single by Jake Lyle. Geneva has 2 runs back here in the bottom of the 4th, and it's 3-2. So then I flip the lineup back over to T.J. Bird. Bird 0 for 2 has grounded out to Huddleston at third and Leone at second in his at-bats. He digs in from the right-handed batter's box with runners on first and second. 3 hits and a walk here in the inning have led to 2 Geneva Red Wings runners, and he takes a first pitch breaking ball on the outside for ball 1. Griffin, the lefty, working against Bird, the righty. It's a 1-0 count. Bird, the 6th batter in the inning. Runners on first and second. It's Evans on second, Lyle on first. Both reached on RBI singles here with 1 out in the second inning, or the 4th inning. Here's the 1-0. Grounded to third, off the glove of Huddleston. It'll go into left field. Runners will move up 90 feet. And they're going to give T.J. Bird a hit. Lucky for Huddleston, it would have been Huddleston's 6th error on the summer. Instead, it's a base hit, and the bases are loaded. So pitching coach Bennett Schultz will go out to talk to Griffin. Aloka will join him on the mound. The bases are loaded. 5 hits here in the bottom of the 4th. 2 runners have scored, and there's 1 out. 3 straight singles has loaded the bases and driven the 2 runs in for the Red Wings. It's 3-2. Newark comes in tonight's game sitting at 1-8. They've lost 8 in a row. They're 6.5 games back of Jamestown, who sits in first place. Jamestown is 8-2. Geneva is 7-2. They're a half game back of Jamestown in the Western Division of the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League. So Aloka and Griffin leave the mound, or Aloka and Schultz. Griffin's still there. It'll be bases loaded to Justin Etz. Etz, the 7th batter of the inning. 2 runners home. The bases are loaded. Aloka and Huddleston in on the corners, middle infield on double play depth. Here's the first pitch. Fastball outside corner, strike 1. Justin Etz is the batter. Reached on an error in the 1st and walked in the 3rd. He's 3 for 24. He's the shortstop, and he's playing in his 7th game. The righty against the lefty Griffin. Here's the 0-1. Poked back at a play. It's 0-2. So 2 strike count now. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. 4 hits, a walk, and 2 runners home so far for Geneva. Griffin looks in. Aloka sets up. Corners are in. Middle infield back. Here's the 0-2 in the dirt. Good block by Aloka. Not far enough away for the runners to threaten to move up. And the count will be 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th inning. 3-2 Newark here at McDonough Park. The hitter is Justin Etz. The bases are loaded. Griffin looks in. Here is the 1-2 to the NJIT right-handed hitter. Up and in, causes Etz to flinch. It'll be a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Huddleston now playing about even with the bag at third. Battaglia in a few steps on the grass at first. Middle infield is back in double play depth. Here's the 2-2. Fastball is popped up. John Ballier or over Torres will set her under it. He charges. Not deep enough to tag from third. The throw by Torres in center made it all the way to Aloka at the plate. We've seen how good Torres' arm can be. He's made 4 outfield assists, 3 in right field and 1 in center. The ball was not hit deep enough for TJ or for Jake Evans to tag from third base, and the bases remain loaded. That'll bring up Justin Barr. Barr, he's reached on 2 fielder's choices in his 2 plate appearances. He's 0 for 2. Bottom 4th, 2 runs home here for Geneva. It's 3-2 Pilots. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Here's the first pitch and a time called by the home plate umpire. Fastball would have missed. Griffin's angry with the time called as he was already in his motion. Griffin, the 5'10 lefty from Louisiana Tech. It'll be Alaka, Hackbarth, and McKenna in the top of the 5th for the Pilots. Bases still loaded here. 2 outs. The hitter is Justin Barr. He's 0 for 2. Pitch in the dirt. The runner goes. Alaka flips to Griffin. Now Griffin fires to second. So 1 run will score on a wild pitch from Griffin. The second run tried to come around to second to score, and an out is made. So the inning is over, but not before Geneva scores 3. 3 runs on 4 hits, a walk, and the game is tied as we head to the 5th inning. So after an entertaining bottom of the 4th inning, Jared Casco back on the mound in a tie game. It'll be Alaka, Hackbarth, and McKenna here in the 5th. 3-3 game. A wild end to the bottom of the 4th as well. A wild pitch from Kyle Griffin allowed Jake Evans to come in to score. The pitch then got away on the toss from Alaka to Griffin. Jake Lyle tried to come around from second to score. He was caught stealing to end the inning. So Justin Barr, who was at the plate, will lead off the bottom half of the 5th. Alaka takes a first pitch fastball from Casca on the outside corner for strike 1. So an 0-1 count to Alaka. He reached on an error back in the 2nd inning. 3-3. Pilots got their runs in the top of the 1st. Geneva just got theirs in the 4th. The second pitch to Alaka is popped up to left field. It'll be a single for Alaka. And the Pilots have their leadoff man on after allowing 3 runs to score in the bottom of the 4th. So leadoff single for Will Alaka, and that will flip the lineup back over to Graham Hackbarth. Hackbarth batting leadoff tonight for the Pilots for the first time this summer. He went 1 for 5 with an RBI in the marathon 11-inning game last night. And he is hit by the first pitch from Casco. Alaka will move up to second, and the Pilots have the first 2 runners on here in the inning. So after allowing 3 to score in the bottom of the 4th, the Pilots have their first 2 men on. Mark McKenna will look down at third base coach John Mayotte to get the sign. The third baseman, Joseph Tassin, is in a few steps on the grass. The first baseman, Barr, playing about even. The shortstop, Etz, holding on the runner. At second, McKenna squared to bunt. It's a called strike 1. Squared to bunt, pulled it back. It'll be an 0-1 count. Alaka takes his lead off a second. He reached on a single. Hackbarth leads off first. He reached on a hit by pitch. Nobody out here in the bottom or the top of the 5th inning. 3-3 game here at McDonough Park. Let's see what McKenna does. Does not square to bunt this time. Fouls back a fastball. It's 0-2 to the Pilots right fielder. McKenna went 1 for 6 last night, tripled and scored a run in the first tonight's game, and also popped up to the third baseman to end the second. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored. Here he is now with a chance to drive in a run. First baseman backs up, third baseman still in. Here's the 0-2 to McKenna. Pops it up. Pops it up to the left fielder Armin. He goes back, settles under it. Alaka will tag from second. He will be safe at third. So the pop-up was hit deep enough to move Alaka over. And there's a run on third now with 1 out. So runners on the corners now for John Ballier. Ballier, the leading hits guy for the Pilots on the year. He's got 11. He drove in a run on an infield single back in the 3-run first inning for Newark. Sun beginning to set over the left center field wall. Here's the first pitch from Casco, grounded to the second baseman. Second baseman flips to the shortstop, on to first. Return throw, in time, inning ending, double play. And first base coach Franklin Bush not happy, but that will end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, and because of the double play, only 1 man left on base. We head to the 5th inning. 3-3 Red Wings. Welcome back at McDonough Park, Geneva, New York. It's 3-3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Geneva tied the game up with 3 runs on 3 hits in the bottom of the 4th. The Pilots wasted a leadoff single and a hit by pitch to start the inning. John Ballier ended the bottom half or the top half of this frame with an inning-ending double play. He strained a runner on third. So 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, or 2 errors for the Pilot, or 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Pilots. 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for the Jammers.
Leading off for the Red Wings, the first baseman from Central Alabama Community College, number 11, Justin Barr.
Leading off is Justin Barr for the Red Wings. Barr, the first baseman, he was up at the plate when the wild bottom of the 4th inning ended with a wild pitch and then an eventual caught stealing, both happening at the plate. It's 3-3. Griffin working now for the first time in this game and a tie ball game. Bottom of the 5th, first pitch is bounced. It's ball 1. So Griffin has given up 6 hits, 2 walks, or correct that, 3 walks so far through 4 innings. Justin Barr swings through. Strike 1. Barr is 0 for 2. He's reached base twice on a fielder's choice. No batting gloves for the righty. They're both in his back right pocket. Griffin, the lefty from the stretch on the third base side of the rubber. Grounded up the first base line. Griffin turns, fires to Battaglia at first. Got him at first. And now Geneva's first base coach is not happy with the call. Similar to a play with Ballier and Coach Franklin Bush, he won't even argue. He'll just turn around and look in disgust away from the first base umpire. So a great play by Kyle Griffin fielding his position has the first batter retired here in the bottom of the fifth. So one thing we've seen from Griffin on the mound, besides his great pitching, has been his great defense. Every ball that's been hit to him, he's made it cleanly. So that brings up Mickey Armon. Armon takes a first pitch fastball for strike one. Armon is 1 for 2. A junior from Kenyon College. He's playing left field. He singled in the first and grounded into an inning-ending double play in the third on a nice play by Jorge Leon. Takes inside. It's ball one. So 1 ball, 1 strike now. Armin is the perfect game leader in home runs and RBIs. 3 home runs, 11 RBIs. His 3 home runs all came in one game a few days ago against Adirondack in a Geneva 18-6 win on the road. 1-1 changeup is popped back at a play. That'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Geneva Red Wings left fielder. Mickey Armin, the right-handed batter, against Kyle Griffin, the left-handed pitcher. Griffin working from the stretch where he's been working from all game. It's a 3-3 game here in the bottom of the fifth at McDonough Park. 1-2 pitch is in the dirt. Ball 2. So Mickey Armin has had a 2-ball, 2-strike count in all 3 of his at-bats now here in the game. Griffin looks in. Alaka sets up behind the plate. Armin with his taped black bat awaits the 2-2. Inside fastball from Griffin. It'll be a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The leadoff man, Justin Barr, was retired on a slow ground ball hit back to Griffin, which he nicely fielded on the third base line and fired to Battaglia. Here's the payoff pitch. Changeup, fouled back by Armin. He stays alive. And the count will remain 3 balls and 2 strikes. So the sun just over the tree line here at McDonough Park now in between left and center. Here's the payoff pitch. Deep to center field. Torres goes back, settles under it now, and there's 2 away as Torres fires it back in the infield. So the first 2 batters here in the bottom of the 5th retired. And after struggling through the last 2 of the last 3 innings, Griffin needs a 1-2-3 inning here in the 5th to boost his confidence. So that'll bring up Joseph Tassin. Tassin, the third baseman from Bossier Parish Community College, is hit by the first pitch from Kyle Griffin, and he'll take third. So a 2-out base runner for the Geneva Red Wings. And that'll bring up the right fielder, T.D. Walker. T.D. Walker from Jacksonville University walked and came around to score his last time up in the bottom of the 4th. He's also grounded into a fielder's choice. He's 0-4-1. Looks down at the third base coach for the sign. Joseph Tassin leads off at first. He reached on a 2-out hit by pitch. He's being held on by Pilots first baseman Peter Battaglia. Number 23, Walker digs into the right-handed batter's box. Here's the pitch. First pitch strike from Griffin. Count is 0-1. Runner leads off first. Here is the first pitch, the strike. After a first pitch strike, it's a low fastball missed to T.D. Walker. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Walker looks down at third base for the sign. Joseph Tassin leads off first. He reached on a 2-out hit by pitch. Griffin from the stretch looks over at him, now fires into 1-1. Low and inside. It's ball 2. So after retiring the first 2 batters quickly in the inning, a 2-out hit by pitch, and now a 2-1 count to T.D. Walker is where we're at. Walker, number 23, the right fielder. Right-handed batter's box against the left-handed Kyle Griffin. We have yet to see Griffin throw over the top, just sidearm through 4 2/3. Grounded up the third base line at a play. It'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes. So deuces wild here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first is Joseph Tassin. The batter is T.D. Walker. The pitcher is Kyle Griffin. Tassin being held on by Peter Battaglia at first. Here's the 2-2 from Griffin. Griffin looks over, now fires. Popped up over the head of Leone. McKenna lets it bounce. McKenna was playing deep, so it'll be a 2-out base hit. Moves Joseph Tassin up into scoring position. 2 2-out base runners now. And Geneva is in business with 2 away. No one warming up in the Pilots' pen, and that will bring up Will Hampson. Hampson from Victor, New York, and Southwest Tennessee Community College. He's 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. 6'3", 240 for the Geneva Red Wings designated hitter. Griffin steps off. Runners on first and second. A 2-out hit by pitch to Tassin and a 2-out single by Walker. A runner in scoring position now for the Red Wings. The first pitch from Griffin to Hampson is grounded up the middle, past the diving glove of Jorge Leone. It'll be an infield single. Runner will now come around. The throw from Aloka not in time. It'll be an RBI infield single for Will Hampson. And the Geneva takes their first lead. It's 4-3 here at McDonough Park.
Up next, the catcher from Alabama Southern Community College.
So it'll be an infield RBI single for Will Hampson. Leone dove, kept it in the infield, but the ball got just far enough away from his glove that allowed Joseph Tassin to come around to score from second. So 3 straight 2-out base runners for the Red Wings. And they have their first lead of the game. It's 4-3 here at McDonough Park, Geneva, New York. Bottom of the 5th inning. Griffin fires in, gets past Aloka. It'll be a pass ball that allows T.D. Walker to move down to third. So a 1-0 count to the only lefty in the lineup for Geneva, Jake Evans. He's 1 for 1 with also a sacrifice bunt. He's 3 for 6 batting .500. This is his 4th game for Geneva. 1-0 misses, 2 balls and a strike. Zach Mann beginning to throw in the Pilots' pen. He pitched 2/3 of an inning last night and allowed 2 walks in the marathon game against Jamestown. Griffin laboring here. Here's the 2-0. Grounded to Leone. Leone takes the hop, fires to Battaglia at first, inning over. But not before 3 2-out base runners, 2 hits, and the big hit being an RBI infield single by Will Hampson. We head to the 6th inning. It'll be Battaglia, Parker, and Huddleston when we get back. Geneva leads 4-3 here at McDonough Park. Top of the 6th inning here at McDonough Park. 8:30 on the dot here on the East Coast in Western New York. So after a 3-0 first inning for Newark, Kyle Griffin works himself in and out of trouble in the 3rd and the 4th. Geneva got 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning and 1 run in the bottom of the 5th. A two-out hit by pitch, then back-to-back two-out singles by the Red Wings led to a run on the scoreboard. So it's 4-3, and the Pilots coming up to bat for the first time in the game, trailing. After the long inning, Jared Casco fires in a fastball that misses to Peter Battaglia for ball one. Battaglia, 1 for 2, had an RBI double and a run scored all the way back in the first. Pops up the 1-0 back to center field. TJ Bird settles under it. 1 away.
Next, the designated hitter, number 23, Jonathan Parker.
So a fly out for Peter Battaglia to begin the inning, and there's 1 out here in the top of the 6th. The batter now is Jonathan Parker. Parker 0 for 2 tonight. He went 1 for 5 with an RBI and a run scored in the Marathon 11-inning game against Jamestown last night. Pilots come into today 1-8, losers of 8 in a row after winning their opening matchup against Oneonta all the way back on June 1st. A game that seems forever ago. First pitch to Jonathan Parker, foul ball out of play for strike 1. Parker is 8 for 32, batting .250 for the Pilots. Takes an 0-1 pitch outside for ball 1. So 1-1 count now. To the 5-hole hitter, the designated hitter tonight for the Pilots. Here's the pitch, and it hits Parker. Hit him on the elbow, and that's the second hit batter from Newark tonight. And with 1 out, the Pilots have a man on first base.
Up next, the third baseman, number 29, Tanner Huddleston.
That'll bring up the first baseman for the Pilots, Tanner Huddleston. Huddleston 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Also made a play in the field that looked to be an error, but home cooking here in Geneva, they gave a base hit to their batter. It would have been Huddleston's 6th error. He has 5, and he's in 4th place, the 4th most errors in the league. And that pitch hits Huddleston in the elbow. Back-to-back hit by pitches on back-to-back consecutive pitches to back-to-back Jones County Junior College players. And there's runners on first and second with nobody out, or with 1 out.
Excuse me, it's the center field, number 3, Ober Torres.
So the Pilots had runners on first and second to begin the inning in the 5th, but could not bring them around to score. Now the pitching coach for Geneva will go out to talk to Jared Casco. Reliever throwing in the pen. The batter will be Ober Torres. No pitching change for the Red Wings as the meeting ends on the mound. Parker's on second. Huddleston's on first. They both reached on hit by pitches in consecutive at-bats. The batter will be Ober Torres. He's 0 for 2 with a batting average under 100 on the year. Torres has 1 RBI in the year, looking to drive in his 2nd run. Parker leads off a second. First pitch to Torres is in the dirt. It's ball 1. So the lights are on here now at McDonough Park. The sun has just about completely set. You can see about a third of it over the trees in left center field. Here's the 102 Ober Torres, the Pilot center fielder. In the dirt, ball 2. Torres struck out looking in the first and flied out to the right fielder, T.D. Walker, in the 4th. Here he is in the 6th with runners on first and second, a chance to tie this game up for the Pilots. The Pilots at bat trailing for the first time in this bowl game. 4-3 Red Wings. Torres smokes the pitch into left field. It will be a base hit into the gap. Parker will score from second. Huddleston around to score from first. It's a 1-out, 2 RBI double for Ober Torres, and the Pilots reclaim the lead 5-4. A monster shot by Ober Torres that hit off the base of the wall in left center field. Parker and Huddleston both came around to score, and the Pilots reclaim the lead here in the top of the 6th inning. So it's 5-4 now, and that'll bring up Jorge Leon for the Pilots. Torres leads off second base. Leone digs in the left-handed batter's box. First pitch swung on, fouled off the catcher's glove for strike one. So after getting Peter Battaglia to fly out deep to center field, 2 hit-by pitches and a 2 RBI run-scoring double by Over Torres has the Pilots back in the lead. Here's the 0-1 count to Leone in the dirt. Good block by Jake Evans. Not deep enough for Torres to move up, and the count is 1-1. Leone is standing deep on the inside part of the plate from the left-handed batter's box. Casco looks back at Torres, now fires in. Leone pops it up. Shortstop Etz fires over, makes the play in foul ground, and there's 2 away. Etz ran a long way from his shortstop position, made that play in shallow left field for the second out of the inning. Torres stays put at second base. He has the big hit in the inning, a 2 RBI run-scoring double. That'll bring up Alaka. Alaka reached base on an error in the second and singled in the 5th. Here he is in the 6th. The backstop tonight for Newark, catching Kyle Griffin. 5-4 here at McDonough Park. First pitch fastball is high to Alaka for ball 1. Jared Casco working to Will Alaka. Righty-righty matchup. Alaka digging in deep in the right-handed batter's box. No batter's gloves. Here's the 1-0. Blooped into right. Settles under it is Walker. Inning over. But not after the Pilots get 2 to reclaim the lead. 2 hit-by pitches to Parker and Huddleston. Then a big, deep 2 RBI, 2-run double by Over Torres has the Pilots back up 5-4. So 1 hit, 2 runs, 1 runner left on base. It'll be a new pitcher to tell you about in the bottom of the 6th. Pilots lead 5-4. So bottom of the 6th inning here at McDonough Park. After 3 runs in the 4th to tie it for Geneva and 1 run in the 5th to take the lead, the Pilots got 2 runs on a 2 RBI double by the center fielder Over Torres to reclaim the lead. Here we are in the bottom of the 6th inning, 5-4 Newark, and the new pitcher to tell you about for the Pilots is the big right-handed pitcher Zach Mann. Mann, 6'4", 225. From Saginaw Valley State University and Union, Kentucky. Zach Mann is making his 6th relief appearance for the Pilots, the most of any Pilots pitcher. The first batter he will face will be Jake Lyle. Then he will face 9, 1, and 2. It'll be Lyle, Bird, and Etz here in the bottom of the 6th. And he hits the first batter of the inning on a fastball up off the shoulder of Lyle, and the first pitch thrown by Mann has the first runner on base in the inning.
First, we go to the top of the order. The center fielder from Red Lake College, number 3, TJ Bird.
A big problem for the Pilots this year has been the shutdown inning, the inning after scoring a run. Now, they did a good job of that last night. it only happened in 2 innings. But in the runs after the Pilots scored a run, or in the innings after the Pilots scored a run, they've given up 25 runs in the 18 innings after. And now with the leadoff man on here in the 6th, really a chance to take the lead. So TJ Bird squares to bunt, pulls it back, takes strike 1. Alaka tried to throw behind Jake Lyle. His throw ends up in right field, causing Jake Lyle to move up 90 feet to second. It'll be an error on Alaka. And Jake Lyle is on second base. So now the leadoff runner is in scoring position here in the inning. Battaglia in at first. Huddleston even with the bag at third. Infield deep. Hackbarth, the shortstop, holding on Lyle. Here's the 0-1 from Zach Mann to TJ Bird. Squares to bunt. Gets it down. It'll be a foul ball. The ball bounced right into the glove of Alaka, but hit the plate. Into 1-1 count. Or correct that, an 0-2 count. So runner on second, Jake Lyle. He reached on a hit by pitch, then an error on Alaka, which allowed him to advance to scoring position to lead the inning. Mann looks in, ahead of the 0-2 to TJ Bird, the leadoff hitter. He's 1 for 3 tonight for Geneva. A long look at second at Lyle. Now a timeout called by home plate umpire. What I was trying to say before, in the innings after the Pilots scored a run, they've allowed, in the 18 innings after Newark has scored a run this year, they have allowed Geneva to score 21 in the following half inning, or 25 in the following half inning. That's 1.4 runs per half inning. And with the leadoff man on here for Geneva in scoring position, the Pilots will have to get the next 3 batters out to stop that streak. And a good start. TJ Bird swings through a off-speed pitch from Zach Mann for strike 1, or for out number 1. So a hit by pitch and a strikeout, a runner on second base. And the batter is Justin Etz. Etz, the right-handed shortstop from NJIT. Zach Mann looks back at Jake Lyle at second. He takes his lead off the bag. He reached on a hit by pitch on the first pitch from Mann. Here is the first pitch to Justin Etz. Fastball fouled back, strike 1. In 5 prior relief appearances for Zach Mann, 7 2/3, 7 hits, 7 runs, 6 of those earned, 9 walks, 7 strikeouts, and a 7.04 ERA. Alaka will go out and have a conversation with Mann. The runner on second base and 1 out. A hit by pitch and a strikeout and an 0-1 count now to Justin Etz. 1 out here at bottom 6th. Pilots lead 6-4. They got 2 in the top half of this 6th inning to reclaim the lead. Mann looks back at Lyle at second. Taking his time, now fires in the 0-1. In the dirt, gets past Alaka. Alaka slips when he tries to fire the ball down to third. It'll be a wild pitch by Mann, which allowed Jake Lyle to move up 90 feet. So no hits in the inning, but a hit by pitch, a throwing error by Alaka, and now a wild pitch has a runner on third with nobody out, or with 1 out. So the tying run 90 feet away for Justin Etz, who's 0 for 2. He's also walked. And the Pilots with the lead will bring the infield in. Knowing that their running scoring the rest of the game could be at a premium, do not want this runner from third to score. And the 1-1 is popped up. Battaglia, Leone converge. Battaglia calls off Leone, and there's 2 away.
Up next, the first baseman from Central Alabama.
So a pop out to Peter Battaglia, and there's 2 outs for Zach Mann. The batter will be Justin Barr. Justin Barr 0 for 3 tonight from Central Alabama Community College. He's batting .300, 10 for 30 on the year. Or .333, sorry. 10 for 30. He's been on base a third of the time. He's a right-handed hitter against the right-handed pitcher, Mann. Infield backs up now with a runner on third. 2 away. First pitch fastball fired in for strike 1. So Zach Mann fired back a fastball and a little something extra there. It's a 1 strike count now to Justin Barr. Here's the 0-1 from Zach Mann. Fastball popped up out of play. And now Mann a strike away from getting out of this inning. Jake Lyle leads off of third. He was hit by a pitch on the first pitch from Zach Mann, then got to third on an error in a wild pitch. It's an 0-2 count, 2 outs. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So after a leadoff hit by pitch on the first pitch from reliever Zach Mann, he gets a strikeout, a pop-out, and another strikeout to strand the runner on third. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. We head to the top of the 7th. It'll be 1, 2, 3 in the Pilots lineup when we get back to McDonough Park. Welcome back at top of the 7th inning. Leadoff hitter for the Pilots will be Graham Hackbarth. Hackbarth was hit by a pitch in the 5th, and he's 0 for 2 in his other 2 at-bats. New pitcher to tell you about for the Geneva Red Wings. It's Ben Terwilliger. Terwilliger fires a first pitch fastball that Hackbarth fouls back for strike 1. We saw Terwilliger Friday night playing first base for Geneva. Here he is on the mound, working from the windup to Hackbarth. He's a 6'4", 225-pound right-hander from Maine. Hackbarth takes a breaking ball in for ball 1. So 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, and 2 strikeouts for the starter, Jared Casca. His game is over, and he's on the hook for the loss. 1-1 is popped up by Hackbarth to the right fielder, T.D. Walker, 1 away.
Up next, the right fielder, number 25, Mark McKenna.
So the leadoff man retired here in the top of the 7th inning, and now the batter is Mark McKenna. McKenna 1 for 3, tripled and scored a run back in the 1st inning. He's the Pilots' right fielder. He's batting from the left-handed side against the righty Terwilliger. Here's the first pitch to McKenna. Inside fastball taken for ball 1. Terwilliger is making his second relief appearance for Geneva. 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, an earned run, 3 walks, 2 Ks. As he fires in a 1-0 strike to Mark McKenna, 1 ball, 1 strike. Terwilliger working quickly. Here's the 1-1. McKenna pops it up. The catcher Evans over against the screen, just out of play, just popped up over the fence behind the first base dugout, or behind the third base Pilots dugout. And it'll be a 1-2 count to the hitter Mark McKenna. So here's the 1-2 to the leadoff, or the number 2 hole hitter in the inning, Mark McKenna. The leadoff man, Graham Hackbarth, was retired on a pop out to center field. Slow ground ball to the third baseman, Tassin, going to be a tough play. Fires to first high. It'll be an infield base hit to McKenna. The throw got away from the first baseman. It'll be an infield hit and an error on the third baseman, Tassin. And the second hitter of the inning is on second for the Pilots. So McKenna would have beat that play out. It'll be an infield single for him and an error on the throw for the third baseman. So a runner in scoring position now for John Balliet. Balliet already with an RBI and a run scored in this game. That was all the way back in the 3-run first inning. Here he is with a chance to extend the Pilots' lead. Takes a first pitch strike on the outside corner. It's an 0-1 count. Terwilliger working from the stretch now with McKenna on second. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed by Balliet. It's 0-2.
There's 2 errors for Newark, 3 for us, 2 for them.
So here's the 0-2 to Balliet in the dirt. Good block by Evans. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It might have been one of the wild pitches. Or a pass ball in the area, that's why.
So here's the 1-2. McKenna chased back to second. No throw, but Terwilliger stepped off. Balliet ground ball to shortstop. Diving play by Etz. He gets up, fires the first. In time to get Balliet, and Coach Franklin Bush just puts his head down. Not happy with the call. And there's 2 away. So McKenna moved up. The play was behind him. He's standing at third base, and the batter is Peter Battaglia. Battaglia doubled and scored a run back in the first inning. And a first pitch strike from Terwilliger. Here's the 0-1. A low fastball call. Battaglia doesn't like the call, and it's 0-2. (0-2) count with 2 strikes. Battaglia fouls it back. And we'll do the 0-2 again. No balls, 2 strikes. McKenna leads off of third. He reached on an infield single. Moved to second on a throwing error and to third on a ground out. Here's the 0-2 to Battaglia. Blooped into right field. Walker not going to get to it. It's going to be an RBI single for Battaglia. McKenna comes around to score. 6-4 here in the 7th inning for the Pilots. It'll be the second RBI of the game for Battaglia. Here in this with 2 outs in the 7th. So an RBI double and an RBI single for the Niagara product. And the Pilots lead it 6-4. That'll bring up Jonathan Parker. Parker, the designated hitter. He's 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch and a run. He scored his run on Ovier Torres' double in the top of the 6th. Takes the first pitch in the dirt for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Battaglia leads off first. He's being held on by Justin Barr. Here's the 1-0 from Terwillinger. Up and in. Ball 2. 1 ball, or 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Battaglia back in after the throw over by Terwillinger was not in time. He's safely at first. 2 balls, no strikes. The hitter is Jonathan Parker. 1 run in this top of the 7th. Parker pops up the 2-0. TJ Bird started back, ended up sprinting in, made a nice sliding play to end the inning. But the Pilots get 1 run, 2 hits, no errors in the inning, 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom half of the 7th. Pilots lead 6-4. Welcome back. Bottom of the 7th inning. Zach Mann still on the mound. He got help from his offense in the top half of this 7th with a Peter Battaglia 2 RBI single to drive in Mark McKenna from 3rd. So the Pilots lead it 6-4. It was McKenna's 2nd run score on the day and Battaglia's 2nd RBI on the day. The leadoff hitter for Zach Mann will face will be Mickey Armin, the left fielder for the Red Wings. And the first pitch fastball is missed by Zach Mann. It's ball 1. Mann working from the windup against the righty Armin. Righty-righty matchup. Here is the pitch. Popped up. Leone started back, finds it, settles under it, puts it away in the infield for a 1 out. In the bottom of the 6th inning, Mann worked around a leadoff hit by pitch with 2 strikeouts and a pop-up to the infield. So Geneva has not hit a ball out of the infield against the big Pilots right-hander, the 6'4", 225 pitcher from Union, Kentucky. First pitch fastball to Joseph Tassin, fouled back against the screen. 1 strike. Joseph Tassin, 0 for 1, has walked and been hit by a pitch and has scored 2 runs for Geneva. Here he is in the 7th. The 0-1 is bounced for a ball. So 1-1 strike, righty-righty matchup. Tassin comes in the leader in both average and hits in the Perfect Game League. Also sits in 4th place with 4 doubles. Here's the 1-1, misses high for ball 2. Tassin also 5th with a .543 on base percentage for the Red Wings. Righty-righty matchup, no batting gloves for Tassin. Swings through an off-speed pitch from Zach Mann. It's strike 2. So a 2-2 count to the second hitter of the inning. The leadoff man was retired on a pop-up to Jorge Leon at second. Here's the 2-2 from Zach Mann. Popped up. Hackbarth sees it, runs into short left field, settles under it, and makes the play. He'll throw it around the infield, and there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Zach Mann has now retired 5 in a row, 2 strikeouts and 3 pop-ups. 2 strikeouts and 3 pop-ups after a leadoff hit by pitch in the bottom of the 6th.
Up next, the right fielder from Jackson University, number 23.
The hitter now is T.D. Walker. T.D. Walker has yet to be retired. He's 3 for 3, 3 singles, and a run scored. First pitch fastball misses high for ball 1. 6 for 20, good enough for a 300 average in 7 games now for the Red Wings. Here's the 1-0 from Zach Mann, working quickly off speed. 1-1 strike. 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th inning. Pilots leading Geneva 6-4. Pilots looking to end their 8-game losing streak. Here's the 1-1. Alaka tried to hold it, misses for ball 2.
Yes, he will.
So a 2-run lead here. Fastball misses outside. It's 3-1. Zach Mann working from the windup. You don't want to lose T.D. Walker here to put a runner on for the Red Wings with 2 away. 2 out base runners are what hurt Kyle Griffin in the 5th. That allowed Geneva to take a 4-3 lead. And the 3-1 gets to the screen. It'll be ball 4 to T.D. Walker. So T.D. Walker has been on base now all 4 times tonight for Geneva. And Geneva is going to send up a pinch hitter. We would have seen a big matchup, a 6'4", 225 right-handed pitcher versus a 6'3", 260 right-handed hitter, Will Hemson. But it'll be a designated hitter. It's number 24, Brian Reed. Reed pinch hits for the DH, Will Hemson. Hemson was 1 for 2 with an RBI and an infield single in 3 plate appearances. Reed from RIT. Pops up the first pitch from Zach Mann. Ballier settles under, inning over. So a 2-out walk from Zach Mann wasted on the pop-up from the pinch hitter. We head to the top of the 8th inning. Pilots lead 6-4. Welcome back. Top of the 8th inning here at McDonough Park. Pilots lead the Geneva Red Wings 6-4. Ben Terwillinger back on in his second inning in relief of starter Jared Costco. In the top of the 7th, he gave up 2 singles and an RB, one of them being an RBI single to Peter Battaglia to pad the lead for the Pilots. Here's the first pitch to Tanner Huddleston. He squares to bunt, pulls it back. Gets the defense to move. It's ball 1. Huddleston has singled and drove in a run and was hit by a pitch and came around to score on an Auvert double. He's 1 for 2. 1 run, 1 RBI, and he takes ball 2. Tanner Huddleston from Lucedale, Mississippi, Jones County Junior College. Here's the 2-0. Fouls a pitch off the glove of the catcher, Evans. 2-1. We saw 4 future Louisiana Tech players in this game. Huddleston, Hackbarth, Parker will all transfer and join tonight's starter, Kyle Griffin, there next season. A 2-1 way inside to Huddleston. Great frame job by Jake Evans, the catcher. Gets a strike for his pitcher, and it's a 2-2 count. Here's the 2-2. Popped up by Huddleston. Right fielder T.D. Walker settles under it. 1 away here in the top of the 8th.
Next, the center fielder, number 3.
So that'll bring up the center fielder, number 3, Auvert Torres. Torres patrolling center field tonight for the Pilots. He's 1 for 3, struck out, flied out, and hit a monster 2-run double into the left center field gap that drove in 2 runners in his last at-bat in the bottom of the 6th in a 2-run 6th inning. First pitch fastball outside corner, strike 1. It's 6-4 Pilots here with 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. The batter is Torres against the righty Terwillinger. Righty-righty matchup. Bloops it into right field. It's going to be a 1-out single for Auvert Torres. And the Pilots have a runner on here in the top of the 8th. That will bring up the number 8 hitter in the Pilots lineup, the second baseman, Jorge Leon. Leon, 0 for 3 tonight, has flown out twice and grounded back to the pitcher. He's 0 for 3, 7 for 23 on the season. He's playing second base. We've also seen him play third. First pitch fastball misses high, ball 1. So Torres takes his lead off of first. He's being held on by first baseman Justin Barr. The pitcher is Ben Terwillinger. The hitter is Leon. Third baseman is in, anticipating a bunt from the lefty Leon. 1-0 fastball misses outside. It's ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Jorge Leon. Terwillinger throws over. Torres back in safely. Terwillinger from the stretch. Torres has not stolen a base and has not been caught this year. 2-0 fastball misses outside. It's ball 3 to Jorge Leon. No one warming up in the Pilots' pen. One righty warming up in the Red Wings' pen. Here's the 3-0 to Leon. Taking all the way. It'll be a fastball for strike 1. So 3-1 now to Jorge Leon, the lefty, against the righty Terwillinger. Torres leads off first. He's being held on by Justin Barr. Here's the 3-1 to Leon. Fouled back out of play. It'll be a full count. So now we'll see if Coach John Mayotte will send Torres on a 3-2 count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the 8th inning, Pilots lead 6-4. Looking to end their 8-game slide. Haven't won in almost 2 weeks. Here's the 3-2 runner going. Poked into left field. It's a base hit. Torres moves up 90 feet to second. Runners on first and second now with 1 out here in the top of the 8th for Will Alaka. So the first hit of the night for the second baseman, Leon. And that will bring up the backstop for the Newark Pilots, Will Alaka. Alaka, 1 for 3, reached on an error and has a single in 3 at-bats. Here he is with runners on first and second. Torres on second. Leon leads off first. Neither running being held on. 6-4 Pilots here at McDonough Park in Geneva. Pilots looking to end their 8-game losing streak. Alaka awaits the first pitch from Ben Terwilliger. Here it is from the stretch. Goes to the backstop. Going to be a wild pitch. Both runners will move up 90 feet. And now 2 runners in scoring position for Alaka. Alaka has driven in 3 runs for the Pilots this year. Geneva will bring their infield in now. Don't want this deficit to get further with just 6 outs left to go. It's 6-4. Catcher goes out to talk to his pitcher. The meeting broken up by the home plate umpire. Alaka awaits the 1-0 from Terwilliger. Fastball fired in by Terwilliger, taken by Alaka, 1-1. So a 1-ball, 1-strike count to the number 9 hole hitter, Alaka. 2 runners on. Torres and Leon both reached on singles and advanced 90 feet on wild pitches. They're both on second and third. And a breaking ball fired in by Terwilliger, Alaka taking for strike 2. Graham Hackbarth, the leadoff hitter for the Pilots, waits on deck. He's 0 for 3 with a hit by pitch tonight. He's their shortstop. Everyone on the infield in on the grass. Here's the 1-2 to Alaka. Swinging, fouls it back. The count will remain 1-2. So the count is 1-2. Runners on second and third. Infield in. Here's the pitch. Alaka takes low. The count is 2-2. Graham Hackbarth waits on deck. He has 2 RBIs for the Pilots in 6 games. His first start at shortstop, his usual position has been second base. Alaka steps out ahead of the 2-2. Leon takes his lead off second. Over Torres leading off of third. They both hit 1-out singles and advanced on a wild pitch from Terwilliger. Here's the 2-2 to Alaka. Swinging. Hits it into left field. Playable for the left fielder. But he's going to let it drop out of play. And the count will remain 3-2 or 2-2.
All right, it's 2-2.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes to the number 9 hitter in the Pilots lineup. Here's the 2-2. Alaka lays off the high fastball. Check to swing. Home plate umpire says he did not go. And the count is full. So a 3-ball, 2-strike count to Will Alaka. 1 out. Runners on second and third. Pilots with a 6-4 lead. Here in the top of the 8th. The 3-2 to Alaka. Here it is. Takes. Outside. It's ball 4. And the bases are loaded for the top of the lineup. So 2 straight singles and a walk with 1 out. Has the bases loaded, and the batter will be Graham Hackbarth. Hackbarth, the shortstop, number 16, will dig in against the right-handed pitcher, number 20, Ben Terwilliger. Infield, middle infield moves back to double play depth. Corners are in. First pitch grounded to second base. That'll get a run in. Only play by the second baseman. Lyle is to first. So an RBI ground out, a productive out by Graham Hackbarth, and it's 7-4. And every run is important for the Pilots. Last night we saw them blow a 5-run 9th inning lead. They scored. Jamestown scored 5 runs off just 1 hit against us last night. The batter now is Mark McKenna with runners on second and third and 2 outs. He takes inside for ball 1. It's Alaka on second and Leon on third. The batter is the left-hander McKenna. He's 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Pops up the 1-0. Infield's going back. Center fielder runs in. The play is made by the shortstop Etz to end the inning. But not before the Pilots add 1 run, 2 hits, 2 runners left on base, no errors. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Pilots lead 7-4. Leading off for the Geneva Red Wings in the bottom of the 8th inning, Justin Evans. Evans 1 for 2 with a sac bunt and an RBI single and a run scored tonight. The pitcher remains Zach Mann for the Newark Pilots. He came in relief of Kyle Griffin in the 6th. When he came in the 6th, he had a 5-4 lead. When he came in the 7th, he had a 6-4 lead. And now in the 8th, he has a 7-4 lead. So the Pilots offense helping him out. And the first pitch fastball misses high. Ball 1 to the leadoff hitter in the inning, Jake Evans. Evans, the only lefty in the lineup so far for the Red Wings. From Alabama Southern Community College. Zach Mann, just a hit by pitch and a walk. He's retired the other 6 batters he faced. Stranded both runners that got on base against him. Here is the pitch from Zach Mann to Evans, and it hits him. So the leadoff man is on a hit by pitch. And the Red Wings are in business here to start the inning.
That brings up the second baseman from Volunteer State Community College, number 10.
That'll bring up the second baseman from Volunteer State Community College, Jake Lyle. Lyle is 1 for 2 tonight. He was also hit by a pitch by Zach Mann. So with Evans leading off of first, he's being held on by Battaglia. Mann works from the stretch, diving, drafts the glove of Tanner Huddleston. It'll be a first pitch single by Jake Lyle. And the number 8 and 9 hole hitters are on for Geneva here with nobody out.
Pinch hitter number 25 from New Haven, Matt Chamberlain.
It'll be a pinch hitter now here for Geneva. It'll be number 25, Matt Chamberlain. Chamberlain from New Haven. Chamberlain, a left-handed hitter. Alaka and Zach Mann having a lengthy conversation on the mound ahead of the pinch hitter. Runners on first and second, a hit by pitch and a single got them there. The batter is Zach Mann. Chris Vitale beginning to warm in the Pilots' pen. Matt Chamberlain is the batter. He's the pinch hitter. Here's the first pitch to Zach Mann from Zach Mann. Misses outside, ball 1. So bottom of the 8th inning, Pilots lead 7-4.
can see 4 bases, man. Turn inside out, turn back.
Zach Mann looks in, working from the stretch. Matt Chamberlain, his first at bat tonight, relieving TJ Bird, who went 1 for 4 with an infield single and a strikeout. Here's the 1-0 from Mann, grounded to Battaglia. Battaglia gets the sure out at first, steps on the bag, 1 away. So a good job by the pinch hitter, Matt Chamberlain, to move the runners over. And now there's 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out for Geneva. So then I bring up Justin Etz. Justin Etz is 0 for 3 with a walk tonight for the Red Wings, the number 2-hole hitter, the sophomore from NJIT. Zach Mann working from the windup with runners on second and third, 1 out. Here's the first pitch in the dirt. Gets past Aloka, and it's going to be a run scored. So a pass ball on the catcher, Alaka, allows Jake Evans to come in to score from third. Jake Lyle also moved up 90 feet, and it's 7-5. So it'll be an unearned run to Zach Mann. The first run he's allowed tonight. One-0 fastball swung on and missed by Justin Etz. The count is 1-1. So Battaglia now in on the corners. Huddleston even with the bag, middle infield deep. Here's the 1-1. Misses outside. 2-1. And the struggle of the final innings is continuing for the Pilots. Here's Zach Mann from the windup. The 2-1. Misses low in the dirt. 3 balls, 1 strike. So Zach Mann beginning to labor here in the 8th inning in long relief of Kyle Griffin. Runner on third. The tying run at the plate is Justin Etz. Battaglia in at first. Here's the 3-1. Misses ball 4. So Justin Etz walks the first walk in the inning, and the third batter to reach. A hit by pitch, a single, a sacrificed ground ball, and now pitching coach Bennett Schultz is going to go out to talk to Zach Mann. With runners on the corner and 1 out, Schultz is going to go out to talk to Mann. We'll see if he's going to pull him or if he's going to talk to him. So he says a few words. Zach Mann agrees, shakes his head, and he leaves with confidence in his reliever. So after a 1-out walk, Jake Lyle remains at third. 1 run in already here in the inning. Battaglia will hold Justin Etz at first, and the batter would be Justin Barr. Barr, the first baseman for the Red Wings. Barr has 5 runs batted in. Huddleston in even on the corner, middle infield in double play depth. Popped up the first pitch from Zach Mann. Huddleston under it, doesn't even have to move, makes the play, 2 away. So a first pitch pop up to Justin Barr, and there's 2 outs now. And Zach Mann is 1 out away from stranding the runners on the corners. Huddleston backs up behind third base now. Him, Hackbarth, and Leone playing deep. And Battaglia holding on Etz at first. Runners on first and third, and the batter is Mickey Armin. Armin, the junior from Kenyon College. Armin has driven in 11 runs. He's the leader in the Perfect Game League. Here's the first pitch from Zach Mann in the dirt, blocked by Alaka for ball 1. Armand comes into this at-bat, 1 for 4, singled all the way back in the bottom of the first, grounded into a double play, and popped out twice. Here he is with a chance to do some damage in the bottom of the 8th. Zach Mann throws over to first. Etz back in safely. Battaglia holding him on. Jake Lyle leads off of third. Runners on the corners, 2 outs, 1 run in for Geneva in the bottom of the 8th. Second pitch, the 1-0 is popped back. Foul ball out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th inning, Pilots lead 7-5 here at McDonough Park. 4 outs away from snapping their losing streak. And now Alaka will go out to talk to Zach Mann. Pilots will be back home tomorrow night against Jamestown. We saw Jamestown last night in that marathon 11-inning games that Newark eventually lost 14-10. It'll be Henry Martinez on the hill for the Pilots. Martinez has made his 2 starts, both of them here in Geneva. Zach Mann in his 3rd inning in relief of starter Kyle Griffin. Here's the 1-1 to Armin. Fastball popped up. Deep fly ball to left. Ballier settles under it. Over Torres calls him off, and Torres makes the play. Inning over. So after 3 runners get on base and a run scoring on a pass ball, Zach Mann strands the runners on 1st and 3rd. 1 hit, 1 run, no errors, 2 men left on base. We head to the 9th. Pilots lead 7-5.
Yeah, PT. Stay Geneva.
New pitcher to tell you about for the Geneva Red Wings in the top of the 9th inning. It's left-handed pitcher Patrick Connor. Connor in of relief of right-handed pitcher Ben Terwillinger. Terwillinger, 2 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, and a walk against Pilots pitcher. Pilots hitting. Patrick Connor, big left-handed pitcher, 6'3", 230, from right here in Geneva, New York. He's a sophomore from Monroe Community College, making his 3rd appearance. In 2 games, 2 innings pitched, 3 walks, no runs allowed. The first batter he will face in this inning is the lefty John Ballier. John Ballier, 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. That happened all the way back in the 1st inning in a 3-run Pilots top of the 1st. Here we are in the top of the 9th. Pilots lead 7-5, looking to add some insurance as we head to the 9th. First pitch by John Connor, or Patrick Connor, is bounced 5 feet in front of John Ballier for ball 1. So Patrick Connor to John Ballier, lefty-lefty matchup. Ballier, the left fielder for the Pilots. Here's the 1-0 in the dirt again for ball 2. Last night, the Pilots scored 2 before they came to pitch in the 9th inning. Those 2 runs were ever important as Jamestown put 5 on in the top of the 9th to tie the game at 9 and eventually win in 11, 15, or 14-10. The 2-0 missed by Patrick Connor, and it's 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes to the leadoff hitter in the inning, John Ballier. Off-speed pitch, up and in, misses for ball 4. So the Pilots have the leadoff man on here in the top of the 9th. And that'll bring up Peter Battaglia. Battaglia from Niagara University, 2 for 4, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. drove in a run score on a single his last time up. Looks down at Coach Mayotte at third for the sign. Digs into his right-handed batter's box against the lefty Patrick Connor. Here's the first pitch from Connor in the dirt. 5 straight balls to start this appearance for Connor. And it's 1-0 to Battaglia. Ballier leads off first. He's being held on by Justin Barr. Here's the first pitch, or the 1-0 pitch from Patrick Connor, in for a strike. So Battaglia taking all the way as Connor had yet to throw a strike. And after 5 straight balls, it finally came for the Geneva lefty. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Battaglia, the first baseman for the Pilots. And after 5 straight balls, it's 2 straight strikes from Patrick Connor. It's a 1-2 count now to the first baseman for the Pilots. Jonathan Parker, the designated hitter, waits on deck. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball misses outside. Evans threatened like he was going to throw behind Ballier at first. He does not. And the count will stay at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ballier leads off first. Here's Battaglia. Fastball fouled back to the screen. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. John Ballier leads off first. He reached on a 4-pitch walk from the reliever, Patrick Connor. Here's the 2-2 to Peter Battaglia. Slow breaking ball up and away. A good spot to miss with that one. And it's a full count. So we'll see if Ballier will be going on 3-2 with nobody out. Battaglia has struck out quite a few times, so you might not want to risk it. Grounds this one slowly to third. Tassin to second for the sure out. No return throw to first. Battaglia beats it. So it'll be a fielder's choice for Battaglia. Ballier out at second, and there's 1 away.
Next, designated hitter number 23, Jonathan Parker.
So Battaglia and Ballier change places, and that will bring up Jonathan Parker. Parker 0 for 3 was hit by a pitch and came around to score on an Over Torres double in the 6th. Here he is in the top of the 9th. Battaglia now leads off first. He's being held on by Justin Barr. First pitch misses high. It's ball 1. Here's the 1-0 from Patrick Connor to Jonathan Parker. It's in the dirt. Good block by Evans. And the ball's 2. The count is 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Battaglia leads off first, and now the count is 3-0. As Jake Evans goes out to talk to Patrick Connor. John Parker will talk to the home plate umpire while the pitcher and catcher converse. Back comes Jake Evans. Parker digs back in the batter's box. Battaglia leads off of first. The first baseman for the Pilots reached on a fielder's choice. Here's the 3-0 to Parker, taking all the way. Take strike 1. So 3-1 count now to Jonathan Parker. Parker 0 for 3 with a hit by pitch and a run scored. Here's the 3-1. Takes inside, and it's ball 4. So Battaglia moves up to second base, and Jonathan Parker is on first with a walk.
It's 176.
They're bringing out Bob.
A submariner warming up in the Geneva bullpen. Parker and Battaglia lead off first and second. Inside pitch to Huddleston for ball 1. Tanner Huddleston is 1 for 3 tonight. He singled and drove in a run in the first and scored a run in the 6th on the Torres double when he was hit by a pitch. Runners on first and second. Here's the 1-0. Huddleston lines it into center field. It's going to be a base hit. Battaglia rounds third. He's coming around to score. Here's the throw from the left fielder, cut off. It'll be an RBI single for Tanner Huddleston, and the lead is now up to 8-5 for the Pilots. So the second RBI single of the night for Tanner Huddleston. Huddleston's 2 for 4 after coming into tonight, just 3 for 26. So that'll bring up Over Torres. Torres 2 for 4 with a run scored and 2 RBI double to his own credit. First pitch, breaking ball, up and away for ball 1 to Torres. Torres patrolling center tonight for the Pilots. Third baseman is in, about even with the bag. Everyone else deep in the infield. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and missed. 1-1 to Over Torres now. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. In the top of the 9th inning. Pilots already with 1. They've scored in 4 straight innings. Pitch bounced in the dirt. Not far enough for Parker or Huddleston to move up. It's 2-1. Parker and Huddleston on first and second. Parker reached on a walk. Tanner Huddleston reached on an RBI single. That scored Peter Battaglia. Battaglia's second run of the day. Here's the 1-1 to Torres, or the 2-1 to Torres. Swings, gets by the catcher. Parker's going to try to third. He is safe. And now Huddleston moves up to second. It'll be a pass ball on the catcher, Jake Evans, that caused those 2 runners to move up. So a 2-2 count now to Over Torres. 2 balls, 2 strikes, runners on second and third, and the infield will move in now for the Geneva Red Wings. Geneva coming into tonight, winners of 4 straight, Pilots losers of 8, looking to change both of those. The 2-2 is bounced in the dirt, and it's a full count to Over Torres. So a pass ball on the catcher, Jake Evans, allowed Huddleston and Parker to move up to second and third, where they stand. A full count, 1 out to Over Torres with a chance to drive in 2 more. Here's the payoff pitch from Connor. In the dirt, ball 4. And the bases are loaded.
Up next, the second baseman, number 6, Jorge Leon.
Bases loaded up for Jorge Leon. Jorge Leon, 1 for 4, the second baseman, batting from the left-handed side. He got a hit in his most recent at-bat in the top of the 8th. And now the manager for Geneva will make the slow walk to the mound. We'll see if he pulls his pitcher, John Connor, with the bases loaded, or Patrick Connor with the bases loaded. A righty is warming in their pen. He has not made a gesture just yet. The Pilots with 1 hit, 3 walks, and a run scored. The bases are loaded here in the 9th. They lead 8-5, looking to end their 4-game slide, or their 8-game slide. They're going to leave Patrick Connor in on the mound. Pilots have lost 8 in a row, 8 straight to Western Division opponents, 5 straight on the road. Looking to end all of those streaks here at McDonough Park in Geneva tonight. The bases are loaded. It's Parker at third. He walked. Huddleston at second. He drove in a run with a single. And Over Torres on first. He also walked. Corner infield in, middle infield in double play depth. Here's the first pitch to the lefty, Leon. In the dirt. Ball 1. With a righty waiting on deck and a righty warming up, lefty Leon could be the last batter for the lefty Patrick Connor. Here's the 1-0. Bounced about 3 feet in front of the plate. Good block by Jake Evans, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, Patrick Connor. He's been pitching the whole inning. Yeah, he started the inning.
So Patrick Connor is the pitcher. 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Jorge Leon, the second baseman for Newark, is the batter. Number 6, lefty-lefty matchup. Here's the 2-0. Inside strike. It's 2-1. Leon not happy with the call. He tried to lean into that breaking ball from Connor. Home plate umpire not buying it, and the count is 2-1. Here's the 2-1 from Connor. It hits Jorge Leon in the elbow, but the home plate umpire is going to say he leaned into it. So after trying to lean in on the last at-bat, on the last pitch, This time he successfully leans in. He was hit by pitch, would have forced in a run, but home plate umpire was all over that one. Coach Mayak comes in from the third baseline to argue. Won't get anywhere with the home plate umpire. Leon stays here, and the count is still 2-1. So the count should be 2 balls, 1 strike. Leon having a conversation with the home plate umpire. So it'll be a 3-1 count now. The hit by pitch that didn't count counts as a ball. So 3-1 count to Leon. 1 pitch away from walking in a run, and there it is. Leon walks, and a run will score for the Pilots, their 9th run of the night. They had 9 runs when they headed into the 9th inning last night as well. So the walk will score Jonathan Parker, his 2nd run scored. It'll be an RBI for Jorge Leon, and it'll bring up Will Alaka. Patrick Connor will remain on the mound against the righty Alaka, and he fires in a first pitch for strike 1. So 2 runs here in the inning, only 1 out. Home plate umpire grants time to Alaka. 4 walks and an RBI single has the bases loaded. Corner infield in on the grass. Alaka thought about swinging at a breaking ball, but it's a called strike anyway, and it's quickly 0-2 to the Pilots' backstop. 9-5, top of the 9th inning. Pilots lead Geneva, looking to end their 8-game slide. Here's the 0-2 from Patrick Connor. Taken high. Jake Evans holds it there for an extra second, does not get the call on the frame job, and it's 1-2. Alaka comes into this at-bat, 1 for 3 with a walk. Also reached on an error. Bases loaded. Here's the 1-2. 1 out. Misses outside. It's ball 2. The right-handed submariner still warming in the Geneva pen. Got to imagine that Patrick Connor is on a short leash here in the top of the 9th. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, fouled back. Alaka stays alive. Still 2-2. So the bases are loaded. It's Leon, Torres, and Huddleston. The batter is Alaka. 1 out here in the inning. Here's the 2-2 from Patrick Connor. Popped up. He gets Will Alaka to pop up to the third baseman, Joseph Tassin, and there's 2 away. So that'll flip the lineup back over. It's Graham Hackbarth. Hackbarth 0 for 4 with a hit by pitch and drove in a run on a ground out to the right side, his last at-bat. So he has an RBI, one of 9 RBIs for the Pilots tonight. It's 9-5 in the top of the 9th. Pilots took a 9-4 lead into the game, into the 9th last night, which they eventually lost. First pitch from Connor gets off the glove. Huddleston's going to come around. Play at the plate. He is safe. Safe at the plate, so a pass ball gets away from the catcher to cause Huddleston to score. And it's a 1 count, 1-0 count. So both runners, Leon and Torres, all move up. It's another run for Tanner Huddleston. And it's 10-5 Pilots. Hackbarth is the batter. It's a 1-0 count. Patrick Connor still on the mound. So a wild pitch, not a pass ball on the catcher, Evans. And that one's going to be a wild pitch as well. Torres will come around to score from first as he's hit with the return throw. Now Leon's going to come around to score to clear the bases. Both runners score on the wild pitch and the error. And now they're going to appeal. Both runners are going to be safe. It's a 2-0 count. That ball had no chance for the catcher to make the play. So Leon comes around to score from second. Torres comes around to score from third. 3 straight runs on 2 straight wild pitches. The bases are empty for Hackbarth. So Torres was hit with the throw from the catcher. They're going to appeal.
No, there's not.
They say Torres did not touch the plate, but he did. So 2 balls, 2 outs, no runners on for Hackbarth. He came up to the plate with the bases loaded. All 3 of those runners scored on wild pitches. And now he drives the first pitch into left field. The left fielder will settle under it and make the play in fair territory. So allowed out number 3 to end the inning. But not before the Pilots add 5. 5 runs, 1 hit, 4 walks, no runners left on base. We head to the top of the 9th inning, or bottom of the 9th inning. Pilots with a chance to end their streak. So a new pitcher to tell you about for the Newark Pilots. It's left-handed pitcher Chris Vitale. Vitale in on relief of Zach Mann, who went 3, and Jonathan Kyle Griffin, who went 5. Chris Vitale in his 6th relief appearance, 6 1/3, 5 hits, 3 earned, 5 strikeouts. And he's been much better since in his last few games. He pitched last night against Jamestown, went 2 innings, 3 hits, and an earned run. Left with the lead in the 14-10 11th inning walk, 11th inning loss last night. So after 5 runs in the top of the 9th, Vitale with a chance to save this game and preserve the Pilots' first win since June 1st. It'll be a pinch hitter here for the Red Wings in the inning, ahead of the new pitcher. It's number 7, Matt Collins, a right-handed pinch hitter against the left-handed Vitale, who fires in strike 1. Vitale from the windup. Here's the second pitch. Breaking ball in for strike 2. Collins has yet to swing his bat here in his pinch hit appearance. Collins, your pinch hitter here for the Red Wings in the bottom of the 9th. 12-5. Fastball grounded. Diving stop by Huddleston. Gets up. Fires to Battaglia at first. 1 away. 1 batter, 1 out, and the Pilots are 2 away from getting back in the win column. So allowed out number 1, and it's going to be another pinch hitter here for Geneva. This time it's number 13. It'll be number 13, Garrett Ewell.
Up next, number 13, Garrett.
All the pinch hitter for the Red Wings. Lefty-lefty matchup. Vitale, here's the pitch. Breaking ball, strike one. So 4 straight strikes fired in by Chris Vitale to start this inning. Pilots got 5 in the top half of this inning. And off an inning pitch by Patrick Connor, 1 hit, 5 runs, 4 walks. And the 0-2 is now fired in for a strike. The count is 0-2. Garrett Wool from University of Texas, Dallas campus in Aldo, Texas. Here is the 0-2. Fouled back out of play. Count still 0-2. 6 straight strikes fired in by Chris Vitale. The win tonight would go to Kyle Griffin. Jared Casco would take the loss. Outside, the first pitch that missed by Vitale, it's 1-2. The 1-2 is fouled just over the Pilots' dugout. It'll be 1-2. The batter is Garrett Ewell. The pitcher is Chris Vitale. Lefty-lefty matchup. Bases empty, 1 out. The leadoff man was retired on a nice diving stop by Tanner Huddleston to start the inning. Here's the 1-2. Fastball. Vitale sprinted for that slow roller up the third base line. It goes foul. It's still 1-2. So Garrett Ewell stays alive. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pilots lead this one 12-5. They scored 5 runs in the top half of the 9th to pad their 7-5 lead. Here it is. After allowing 5 runs in the top of the 9th last night, they've scored 5 of their own in the top half of the 9th tonight. Slow breaking ball missed. It's a 2-2 count now to Garrett Ewell. Vitale, the 3rd pitcher of the night for Newark. Here's the 2-2. Fastball swung on and missed. Strike 3. 1 out away from ending this losing streak.
Up next from the University of Tampa, number 21, Trustin Riley.
That'll bring up Trustin Riley. Riley pinch hit for Will Hempson his last time up and flew out to John Ballier. That at-bat was off of Zach Mann. Here he is, lefty-lefty matchup against Vitale. The first pitch. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. Strike 1. Here's the 0-1 from Vitale. Fired in for a strike. The Pilots are 1 strike away from ending this ball game. The win would go to Kyle Griffin. It would be his 2nd win in as many Pilots wins on the year. Here is the 0-2 from Vitale from the windup. Taken by Trustin Riley high. It's ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Trustin Riley. Lefty-lefty matchup. The catcher, Jake Evans, waits on deck. The Pilots hope it doesn't get to him. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, fouled back, just stayed alive. Almost hit the Pilots bench again. It's still 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th inning. Pilots lead 12-5 with a chance to end their 8-game losing streak. Haven't won since opening day all the way back on June 1st, a day that seems forever ago. Here is the 1-2. Grounded to Huddleston. Huddleston over. Tough hop, eats him up. It'll be a base hit for Trustin Riley. And with 2 outs, the Geneva Red Wings have a runner on.
Up next, the catcher from Alabama Southern Community College, number 6, Jake Evans.
That'll bring up the catcher, Jake Evans. Another lefty-lefty matchup. The 3rd straight for Chris Vitale. Jake Evans is 1 for 2. He scored 2 runs, an RBI. He was hit by pitch and had a sac bunt. Here he is, Riley being held on by Battaglia at first. That neither of these runners mean anything. First pitch fired in for a strike from Chris Vitale. 12-5, bottom of the ninth, 0-1 count, 2 outs, runner on first. 1 out away from ending this slide. Vitale from the stretch looks over. Gets a broken bat. Leone settles under it. Game is over. Celebration from the Pilots dugout as this losing streak is finally over. Vitale comes in the bottom of the ninth, gets Geneva to go 1 hit, 1 runner left on base, no errors. We'll be back at Jamestown. We'll be back at Colburn Park against Jamestown tomorrow night. Pilots end their 8-game slide with a 12-5 win over the Geneva Red Wings. Their first win against a Western Division opponent, their first win on the road, and their first win since all the way back on June 1st. It'll be Henry Martinez going for the Pilots against Jamestown tomorrow night. I'm Frank LaSala for the Newark Pilots Radio Network. Pilots leaving Geneva with a 12-5 win. Good night.